Hello everybody, this is George Ludwig from Glue, and welcome to the first edition of our sales leadership video clips. You may have been enjoying our Power View sales success videos on demand that were designed for salespeople, entrepreneurs, and small business owners, and we're going to be continuing to broadcast those and send them out. But we've started this new edition for C-level executives and sales leaders of organizations, because over the last 10 years or so, I've had the opportunity to work with sales leaders and C-level executives who always felt their sales forces were underperforming, but never knew exactly why. After my book, Power Selling, was published, I had the opportunity and the good fortune to generate quite a few of consulting assignments where I got an opportunity to evaluate sales organizations. And there were several themes that surfaced. Number one, many sales leaders out there are still old school. They're trying to do what they did 15 years ago, and it doesn't work today. Customers are too savvy, buying environments are more complex, and it's just not effective. The second thing is, too many sales organizations are unwilling to find out what is their sales practices, best practices, and what is the appropriate sales process for their organization. And like Edward Deming said, if you can't describe what you're doing in a process, you probably don't know what you're doing. So what we've been able to do is help organizations determine what are their best practices. That really organizations need to become best practices evangels, if you will, apostles for best practices, which is very counterintuitive to the way business operates normally. Business in conditions that are normal tends to problem solve as opposed to look for those bright spots in those best practices. Somewhere in your organization, there are salespeople that are doing things right. The key is to spend the necessary time, get somebody with a trained eye to come in and observe your very best performers, strategically, tactically, and psychologically, to determine what are the behaviors that constitute success for your organization. It's not uncommon to find one or two salespeople who might be outperforming the rest of the organization by a factor of 2 or more. And it's key to come in and uncover what they're doing. Many sales leaders feel like they're getting a healthy exchange of best practices, but unfortunately, sales professionals, from veterans and superstars down to rookies, all have blind spots. Blind spots to what they're doing wrong, and blind spots in terms of what they're doing at the best. And so it takes that trained outside eye to uncover those and share them. So I'd encourage all sales leaders and executives out there to take the time and do the due diligence by having somebody identify what are the best practices for sales success at your organization. Tactically, strategically, from a language and positioning standpoint, and even psychologically, if you want to join the ranks of the world-class selling organizations that are knocking it out of the ballpark. Good day, everybody.